Okay, so now we can start. Good afternoon and welcome back to NATO for our regular briefing on progress in NATO's operation to protect civilians in Libya, Operation Unified Protector. I'm joined today, as you can see in the screen, by the commander of our operation, General Charles Bouchard from Joint Force Command Naples. As you know, it has been a busy operational week since our last briefing, and I know that you are very interested in the recent developments in our operation. Therefore, I would like to hand over immediately the floor to General Bouchard to Naples for an operational update, since we only have 30 minutes. So, General Bouchard, you have the floor.
Good afternoon and welcome to Naples in person, and for those of you who are joining us through video link as well. The last time I had an opportunity to talk to you was on the 31st of March, as we took command and NATO took the lead in Mission Unified Protector, which is aimed at protecting civilian populations. After 30 days on mission and engaged in this mission, I believe it's time for me to give you a small update, a brief update of the situation as I see it from my perspective. I think it's important from the start to restate that our mission is to help prevent harms to the population and the population center in Libya. To do that, we have been given three major areas. The first one is a maritime embargo, and to ensure that we stop the movement of illicit weapons in and out of Libya. The second area that we're working on is one where we are enforcing a no-fly zone in the area to prevent harms from coming using weapons from the Gaddafi regimes that could be used to harm the population. The third area, and probably the most challenging task of this mission, is to help protect civilians and civilian populated area under the threat of attack in Libya. And that is the one that I'm most focused on every day. I'd like to take you a little bit from my perspective as I see the situation in the area today. First of all, in the east, you will recall some 30 days ago, Ashdabia was on constant fire and Benghazi was threatened as well. Today, both of these cities are seeing relative peace and a lack of fires being brought upon the population. But that does not in itself remove the risk that we're still facing from pro-Gaddafi forces who have the intent and who have the capability to bring arms on the population. We remain focused on them, and we are ready to engage them if it's required and when it will be required. The area of Yafran-Zintan area, where violence continues against the Berber tribe and also other members of the population, continues. The situation is a bit more dynamic in the area, but we continue to stay focused, and as late as yesterday, we were continuing efforts and gaining in stopping pro-Gaddafi forces from engaging the population. Finally, the area of Misrata area. Some 30 days ago, you will recall that the population was nearly on the edge of the city, backing the Med. Today, they've made significant gains in the city, though they continue to be receiving indirect and indiscriminate fire on the population. So the violence against population, whether through threat, capability, or intent, continues throughout the entire area. When I look at the situation in all, I think also it's important that we look at it from a campaign perspective, not a city-by-city issue. We remain focused on those command and control nodes that are utilized to order military personnel to engage civilian population. We remain engaged on the lines of communications that are used to resupply those forces engaged in bringing harm to the population. We're also working on stopping the supply chain from ammunition depots and other areas to stop the movement of these weapons forward to enable harm from coming to the population. And finally, we remain directly engaged in engaging those forces that are directly or indirectly targeting the population. This is a campaign. This is an area that we look across. Not a day goes by where I do not think about the harm coming into the civilian population. Not a day goes by that I don't see pro-Qaddafi forces using violence against men, women, and children. Not a day goes by that I don't notice that pro-Qaddafi forces are shielding themselves against men, women, and children. And our mission is to bring an end to that. Our mission is to bring an environment where diplomacy can take place, dialogue can take place, and we can bring to the people of Libya an environment where they can decide for themselves their own future of their country. That completes my opening remarks. We will go to question now.